Hi guys, Kim here. Welcome to Backyard Blooms. In today's video, we're going to do some front yard maintenance. I have these Jazzberry supertunias back here behind me. They're not completely dead, but they're not looking great. I'll show you a little bit closer up in just a second. But they have a lot of dead foliage underneath the plant. So I'm going to prune these all the way back about 6 to 8 inches from the root ball. I'm not going to pull the root ball completely up, and I'm going to see if I can get a second flush of gorgeous blooms from these super petunias today. And then we're just going to trim this area up. I have some boxwoods I like to trim. I have some coleus that I like to trim all the way back or even remove, and see if I can get this front yard looking just a tad better. So this is not my super petunia, but this right here was my sweet alyssum that I planted that completely got covered and died. So I'm still going to keep this jazzberry right here. This is what we're looking at so far. This is where I trim the plant all the way back to about 6 inches. I've got 4 of them pruned. Sorry. So this is what the plants look like pruned all the way back to 4 inches. I've got 4 of them pruned back so far. And you can see that some of this is already starting to flush out from the plant to give me some new growth. So I think in a couple of weeks that these plants are going to look gorgeous. And we'll follow up in exactly 2 weeks just to let you guys see. Because I know that you look at these plants and you're like, it's really hard to prune these back when you go from this to this. But actually, if you look at this mess, they don't look that great anyways. And I'm tired of looking at this mess right here. This is how you know you have some really good soil. Look at all these worms here. We have had a lot of rain, but I hope they make their way back up into the soil here. You can see, like, this was my alyssum that died. But you can look at all this foliage that's on these plants here. That's the base. And this is all the foliage there that's kind of dead underneath. This is what has been bothering me right here.
Wet to be doing that, ma'am.
It is.
You're getting sick.
I'll get sick.
You're getting sick.
I don't think it's cold and wet.
You will get cold.
I'm really hot right now.
Oh, I'm sorry, were you?
It's okay. We can have a conversation on our YouTube channel about if I'll get cold or not. I'm gonna see if I can try to get a new flush of blooms out of this. We'll see. Maybe.
Glad you're doing okay.
So there's all the jazzberries pruned back, and for everybody that wondered how many I had in there, I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 jazzberries there in the front. I hope that I do prove myself right and that we get some more flowers out of these jazzberries this season, so I still have some time for them to grow back and produce some flowers. It's mid-September here and we don't get a frost most of the time till November, December. And these jazzberries can hold up in a mild frost as well, and they may even come back, so that would be great if they never died on me and I can plant them somewhere else, because I do like to do a new theme in this front flower bed every year. Hey guys, so this is about all that I'm going to do for today. We trimmed up these jazzberries here, and I'm going to share with you in 2 weeks and hope that they will flush back out. And I think I'm going to go buy some violas or some pansies to plant in between for right now, because they're going to look great this fall through the winter all the way till spring until we get hot. Violas and pansies will anyways. And these jazzberries may not die on me. The bubble gums will not die. I don't know about the jazzberries, so I'm not going to pull them out of the ground just yet. I'm going to see if they will survive the winter, and if they do, I'm going to pull these up and plant them in my backyard where the cottage garden is. And the reason why I would do that is that I like to do different types of colors here in my front yard. Every single year I like to do a different theme. And I pruned these yin and yang back just a little bit because they had a little bit of abnormal ruly growth to them. I need to find out a little bit more about these yin and yangs. I don't know if they bloom on old wood or new wood, because they didn't really bloom for me last year. These pots right here are honestly about done. I pulled up that pot over there because it had ants infested in it, and another pot right over there on the front porch. And the reason that I did that is that it just was totally root bound. It wasn't even getting any water anymore, and it was just starting to look sad. So at some point, it's just got to go. And then my husband helped me prune these boxwoods. And I think they look great. I have 7 boxwoods in this area here, and they're starting to make shape where they're starting to look like a hedge here. So they're looking really good. And yes, Laura with Garden Answer turned me on to these boxwoods. They're sprinter boxwoods. And these boxwoods can get anywhere between 2 feet and 4 feet. So you can keep them small. And this topiary boxwood right here in the front, I was looking at it closely because it did not look as good as its little sister over here on the side. And just as Laura with Garden Answer, I don't know if you watch her videos, but she's the one that inspired me to do most of this. If you look up close and you see all that little speckly stuff on the leaves there, that is spider mite damage. So I've sprayed these before, and I guess maybe I just have to continually spray each week until they get gone. But I'll show you up closer to this other boxwood right here, and I'll show you that it doesn't have near as much damage for boxwood as the mites do. You can tell there's no speckling on that leaf right there at all. Not to say that these might not get some kind of spider mite too, so I'm going to preventively try to spray for that. But how I'm going to treat this is a product right here called Captain Jack's Dead Bug. So this is a concentrate. You can see it says spider mites right here by my finger, spider mites. So I mixed it up in this little sprayer right here. This is just a sprayer that I got from Lowe's or Home Depot. And I'm gonna soak this bush right here. I guess I'm gonna have to try to come out once a week and see if I can get this under control. spent a lot of money on this one plant right here. I think this one plant cost me close to $200 this year. Plants have gone up in price, and we definitely want to be proactive and to make sure that they live, because that's expensive. Let me turn around here. So even though me and Laura have total different climates, she says that she is high desert and I am in the south where it is humid and it rains a lot. I'm sure I get more powdery mildew than she does for sure. But however, I still battle mites. So these boxwoods are susceptible to mites. That juniper there that I have over there is susceptible, however you say that word. I'm gonna give these boxwoods a quick little spray also while I'm here. And oh, if you guys have the arborvitaes, I've seen pictures recently where a whole hedge of arborvitaes were just dead, and they didn't know if it was, they didn't think it was for water. And then someone mentioned spider mites, so you're supposed to spray those for spider mites at least twice a year in May and October, or May and August, I believe, May and August. And here's the sister boxwood right here. And I'm gonna get close to these leaves, and you see these look healthy. They have not been bothered by spider mites. So this one looks really well. I'm gonna spray this just to prevent. You can see where this one's not getting as much sun on this side. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just say, this needs sun right here, and it gets sun right there, or this disease just needs to go away, it goes away. Only if we had some powers, huh? And you can see this rose here is battling a little bit of chlorosis, which means that this rose needs some iron, but it's not all the leaves, it's just a few. And this one kind of close up is dark. This one also has a little bit of the spider mites you can see there. So I need to get one that just needs attached to the water hose, and I just come in here and just drench this instead of using this. But this is what I have for this second, so this is what I'm going to use right now. So I'm just going to back up and show you this front yard right here. I'm going to have an upcoming video of how this garden has changed in the last 3 years. From where the builders put their plants in to where we put this concrete landscaping border in. And then the first year of COVID, where I changed some of my plants up. And then the following year, put in these spiral boxwoods and this Japanese maple. And this hardy hibiscus here is loving this space because it gets lots of water. So it's about time to put in some fall plants. We need to change up our pillows over there in our wreaths for the fall. So hi guys, that's it for the day. I'm hot, I'm sweaty, kind of miserable. So anyways, I'm gonna go in, get a nice shower, and relax for the rest of the day because I have a busy week coming up. But anyways, please subscribe for me if you want some more blooms, more flowers, more ideas to learn how to take care of your gardens, maintenance, and to learn more about diseases. And I'll see you in the next video. You guys have a good week. Bye. This makes gardening worth it all to me. It's just to see this gorgeous butterfly feasting on this lantana. This to me is heaven.